Hey woodcutters, TopSaw here. I'm going to take a look at these Gorilla Grip A5 cut resistance gloves today in this video. I teach high school wood shop and do tree work on the weekends. I'm going to go through and test them out on a wooden hand and see how they go, try them out both in a wood shop setting and also in a tree work setting. I'm going to use them on the ground and climbing, and then also with the Wood Mizer mill as well. So this video is going to be all about these Gorilla Grip A5 gloves, testing them out. And if you're new to this channel, think about subscribing. This channel is all things wood. All right, about 3 hours in the tree so far today. Not that much climbing, and they're pretty well worn out. I'm not knowing if these are tree climbing gloves or these might be better for the ground. They just, they're pretty polished already, and it's still before lunch. Do some testing on these Gorilla Grip gloves a little bit. A5 cut resistance. Certainly don't want to risk any part of my body. So I thought I'd just make a wooden hand, put that in there. This is ash wood, so it's a hardwood, but one of the softer hardwoods. Let's go to the bandsaw. Hi. All right, let's see what we got here. Put one of these gloves on here. Kind of a beefy hand after all. I might have to shape it down a little bit. Oh yeah, I don't know if that's gonna work. That ain't gonna work. All right, I took a fair bit off the pinky and the thumb there. I still can't get them in there, so I think we're gonna have to go through the planer and then get a little bit less thickness to get the glove on. Boy, that hurts. That hurts to even look at it. Got my nails done. All right, we're about half inch there. All right, there we go. Nope. I didn't realize how much you bend your fingers to get them in the glove. Yeah, I guess I can't quite get them all the way in there. That's good. All right, let's see how it does with just a wood handsaw. So with the wood handsaw, I didn't really go through. Look at that. It didn't go through. I'm sure it's marking the wood up. But if you're sawing back and forth, I would think you would probably stop cutting yourself with a handsaw after one or two strokes. But that's pretty impressive. Let's try a hacksaw a little further down on the thumb. So that cut through. That's a pretty good cut through there with the hacksaw. Let's see what else we got. Maybe a chisel next. Here's a wood chisel. And obviously you're gonna not going through the glove. That's kind of some of those threads are coming apart there. Again, this is just a piece of wood inside the glove, just testing it out. They're A5 cut resistance. I wouldn't do any of this stuff with your hand in it, and I would never get any cutter near my hand at all. So this is kind of a serrated blade. You can see it certainly gives you some level of protection. That's right through though. You know, when it's pulled tight on the wood, it went right through there. But, you know, I'm sawing back and forth. Let's try a hammer. Oh, that hurt. Just the same as without the glove. I'm just joking around on that one there. I teach both high school wood shop and then do tree work on the weekends. I think these gloves might help a little bit when we're out milling lumber. The other thing where I have the highest rate of cut in the high school wood shop are not on the power tools, but actually when we hand carve with chisels. Inevitably, students start chiseling towards themselves and they stick the chisel into their opposing hand while they're trying to hold something rather than clamp it. I would think that these would help a little bit with the cuts. These things will certainly help when handling blades like on the Wood Mizer mill. I don't really like any gloves at all when I'm running power tools, and I don't even really want to test it on any power tools. I certainly don't want any false sense of security. There's no way this is going to protect you on a chainsaw or a power cutter. We have a Wood Mizer LT15 mill. I have some great videos on milling lumber with the students. It's really a cool program. Bring in tree waste, either myself from tree work or friends who have tree services bring in their logs. We mill it in, and then we have lumber for the shop, and then we make products out of that lumber. We usually use these leather gloves on the mill, which I actually don't like very much, even though they do give you blade protection a little bit with that leather. I really don't like these big collars on them, I think you would call it, because they catch on everything. And you know, if you're chipping brush for a tree service, these things can be really disastrous, even deadly, because the limb will go into the chipper and catch that and pull your hand. So I like these close fit gloves around the wrist, and I'm pretty impressed with their cut resistance so far using hand tools. The one thing I was thinking we'd use them for on our Wood Mizer mill, which they might be perfect for, because they are tight fitting, cut resistance, is really handling the blades and putting new blades on. Let me grab one off the wall here. So these are our blades, and you could see there's a lot of handling blades, and we trade these blades out quite often. So I think these gloves are going to work really well for handling the blades in the Wood Mizer mill. I like them though. I've never really used them in the wood shop, but I did buy some pairs for both using hand tools at the table and chiseling. We do a wooden spoon for carving out that wooden spoon and for handling the blades on the Wood Mizer mill. I think I'm going to use them in tree work for groundwork, for the ground crew. I actually did not like them for climbing because this rubber wore out so quickly when I climbed with the rope in it. So all in all, I like these Gorilla Grip gloves quite a bit, but they aren't for every application. I was surprised how quickly that wore out for climbing. I was a little disappointed on that, but I am pretty impressed with how well they hold up against hand cutters, chisels, hand saws, saw blades, like handling blades when they're not operating. If you like this video and you like these types of videos, hit like, subscribe, share the videos with others if they're interested. The Gorilla Grip protective gloves are A5. This cut resistance I think is from A1 to A9. They certainly are not chainsaw resistant, but they are supposed to be somewhat cut resistant. The other thing I noticed is they're touch compatible with your touchscreen.